Every minute, one of these 20 contestants will be eliminated and lose $500,000.
Well, guys.
Nani? Okay. Hello, guys. Welcome to another video. And apparently, Mr. Beast made a video killing people. Obviously, not actually. I would hope. I know this August Vidux video of it came out like 2 weeks ago. But yeah. I meant to do this for a while, but I'm just now doing it. So yeah. Don't act like I'm playing Slice Master right now. And also don't act like I got to the patience to grind to level 660. Yeah, we're getting straight into the video.
Well, guys, things are getting a little goofy. Please excuse the fact that I don't have my normal setup right now.
And please excuse the fact that sound I just heard. I'm in the furnace room, so yeah.
I'm out of town. I'm thugging with my rounds. My coochie's pink. This was the least echoey room I could find, and that's really what's most important to me while I'm recording. Whenever I'm recording, I'm deathly afraid that I'm going to catch an echo in my microphone, and you guys are going to hear it, and then you're all going to unsubscribe to me, and it's just going to be a really bad day for me overall. So, I barely watch him anymore. However, that's not really what's important here today, so let's move on. Now, today we're talking about a relatively unknown underground YouTuber who goes by the name of Mr. Beast.
Totally
unknown. Mr. Beast is a pretty silly guy. He's been known over the last year or two to do some pretty questionable, silly, goofy kind of stuff. And while over the last couple of months, I'd say that people have kind of stopped paying attention to the goofy stuff that he does, people have stopped talking about it, I don't really think that he's gotten any less questionable nor any less goofy, and that's what we're here to talk about today. Now, I've made a couple, maybe 1 or 2 videos about Mr. Beast.
Okay, he made 13. No, I did not count, but at over 10. Yeah. And also, he might say some, slightly, if he did actually kill people, which I know he didn't, he might purposely say stuff to, make it sound not as bad, so he doesn't get demonetized by YouTube, which happened a couple times before. You see, I don't have that problem, so I can just say whatever the fuck I feel like.
Some people might disagree with that number, but they tell you to ignore the haters, so that's what I'm going to do. Anybody who disagrees with that number is just a hater in my book, so not a big deal. And basically, every single video that I've ever made about Mr. Beast, except one, has been me saying that this guy gets away with a lot more than he really should, and believe it or not, up until about a year ago, maybe, that was a pretty unpopular opinion. For a lot of people, Mr. Beast used to be seen as the savior of YouTube, the savior of people in general.
Oh, I was gonna make a video why Mr. Beast isn't totally a bad person. That will come out soon, young. I don't know.
Kind of protected by the vast majority of the internet. Nobody could really criticize him too harshly, otherwise they'd be met with some pretty harsh backlash. But then all the Ava Chris Tyson stuff came out, all the weird shit surrounding his company came out, all the questionable people he was hiring, the stuff he was doing with the Beast games. Very, very quickly, the narrative kind of flipped on Mr. Beast, and suddenly if you were defending him, you were the bad guy. And that sort of flip-flopped over the last 6 months. I think we're back to a relatively split view on Mr. Beast. A lot of people who didn't watch any of the videos, a lot of people who didn't do any of their research on Mr. Beast think that he didn't do anything wrong, that it was all just a big witch hunt, basically. And at the same time, a lot of people who didn't watch any of the videos and a lot of people who didn't do any of their own research think that he did do everything, and that everything that anybody has ever said about him is true. In my opinion, he's not a great guy. He's done some really questionable shit. He probably shouldn't have a platform, at least not one as big.
Wait, can I technically do face cam? But I will constantly be pausing this video, so it'll be annoying. There's no point, because the face cam will show my tablet recording as well.
On him for is true. I'm not gonna get into all of that because, like I said, I've made a couple videos on him in the past, and I feel like most people either 1, know about all that stuff already, or 2, just don't really care about it. If you didn't care about all the dog pack stuff and all the Beast game stuff while it was all coming out, I doubt
By the way, the Beast games actually
came
out now, so that's interesting.
What we're here to talk about is the fact that Mr. Beast is
I saw it on Prime when I was watching The Boys, and I'm like,
about him
F
a lot.
that.
Not so much just being like an objectively
However, watch
questionable
Invincible.
human being with questionable morals, more so just his videos and what he's making. Now, what made me want to make this video is the other day, I was either on Twitter or Reddit, and I saw this post of a screenshot of a Mr. Beast video titled, "Every Minute We Kill Someone." And at first, I was like, oh, okay, haha, funny. People are making fun of the extremes that Mr. Beast pushes in his videos. And then I looked at the comments, and I saw people saying, I can't believe this is real, or like, what is Mr. Beast doing? And still, at that point, I thought that people were just having fun, they were having a good time, making a funny joke. However, there were enough comments saying the same thing that I was like, you know what, let's just double check. And sure enough, yeah, there was a video titled "Every Minute We Kill Someone" with a thumbnail of Mr. Beast, like, lowering a grandma into a fire, or like a pit of lava, something like that. He has since changed it, but yeah, Mr. Beast had a video with nearly 100 million views on YouTube where he kills somebody every minute. Now, there are...
This is why some people don't deserve love.
few problems
Straight up.
with this. I'm not like super bothered by the fact that he was like, oh, every minute we kill somebody, because obviously
That's a first. I mean, obviously he was joking, but that's a first for this guy.
He's not doing that. It was one of his elimination games that he does all the time now, where every minute he eliminates somebody from the competition. You'd have to be kind of silly to think that he's actually killing somebody, or, you know, a child.
Yet you just said Mr. Beast has lost his mind of a title.
Who he was targeting with that thumbnail and that title. That's a whole different issue, though. Clickbait is something that's always going to exist on YouTube. It's always going to target kids. At this point, it kind of feels like beating a dead horse to really get too upset about that. It's just kind of baked in, it feels. But what I did have an issue with was the fact that Mr. Beast gets to get away with shit like this. If I titled a video "Every Minute We Kill Someone," it would 100% be demonetized. Hell, me saying the phrase "kill someone" as many times as I will end up in this video might actually get this video demonetized.
Considering it's been 2 weeks, yeah, I doubt that.
Gets away with a lot that other YouTubers would never be able to get away with, and I mean, like, that makes sense. He's the face of YouTube right now. He's bringing in Google, and
I'm gonna text this. My next video, I'm gonna title it back.
Some leeway, but it feels kind of, I don't know, undeserved with all of the drama that he's brought to the platform. Some of that drama being like real bad, serious, real life shit. However, just being on Mr. Beast's channel, I found myself kind of skimming through his other content to see if he was doing anything else similar to this, and I saw something that, I mean, it didn't necessarily like surprise me, but it was interesting to see, and that was the fact that
it's been a while since I did a reaction video.
Comments I could find in any of his recent videos said anything about all of the drama he was in not that long ago. And I feel like when I saw this, suddenly everything made a whole lot more sense. All of a sudden, it seemed much more reasonable for Mr. Beast to title a video something like "Every Minute We Kill Someone," because if you can get away with doing what he did and having the heat on him that he did, what could possibly bring you down? I mean, seriously, think about this. For like a collective month last year, not 1 month straight, but like a collective month, maybe even 2, from like all the days and weeks combined, a good collective month or 2 of 2024, the biggest drama on the internet across basically all social media platforms was everything going on with Mr. Beast. Insane allegations were being made, a lot of insane allegations were proven to be true. I mean, some career-ending stuff came out about Mr. Beast. He never even addressed it. Sure, he did that Oompaville interview, but I mean, to say that he addressed anything in that video is a joke. The man
I don't even know what video that was.
Thousands of hours of videos made about him, news articles published, documentaries made, and now nobody gives a shit. I feel like we've entered into a new age of the internet where basically anything is forgettable. Now, I don't know if that's like necessarily a bad thing. I'm not going to sit here and start talking about cancel culture because that's just a whole can of worms I don't really want to open up. But I will say that there's been a lot of people in the past who have been canceled, or there's been an attempt to cancel them that I thought was pretty silly. And up until like a year or 2 ago, if a big enough attempt was made, you were kinda just fucked. And I feel like this whole Mr. Beast situation is showing us that maybe that's just not the case anymore. So yeah, I mean, it makes a whole lot of sense that it looks like Mr. Beast has lost.
Wait, I have a question about this video. Not the video talking about Mr. Beast, but the actual Mr. Beast video, which has nothing to do with what we were just talking about. It looks like everyone's like putting in numbers, and whoever has that number and gets the most votes gets eliminated, right? What if there's only 2 people left at the end, which there will be? they're just gonna vote for the other person. It's just gonna go on forever. And yes, some people get ties, because ties is the only way you're gonna get like multiple people out at the same time. As you know, that won't even work, because there's like 4 people left. 2 people somehow tied, they get knocked out, and then there's only 2 left. Same thing. Same if one person gets knocked out and there's 3. So it's just gonna go on for an infinite loop. I know he throws out random games, but what game could there possibly be?
His fucking marbles, titling shit like we're gonna kill somebody every minute, because, like, given what we just talked about, why wouldn't he? If he can get away with all of the stuff that came to light about him, what's an edgy YouTube title gonna do? Especially when he obviously has the full support of YouTube. Like, at worst, somebody on Twitter gets mad about the title, but I mean, if putting that you're gonna kill somebody every minute in your YouTube titles increases your viewership because a bunch of kids think they're gonna get to watch Mr. Beast fucking murk somebody, like, who cares? Like, he's
To be honest, I 100% would. I would pay to see someone get murked. I know I'm a psychopath and I'm proud of it. I would 100% pay for that. And no, do not put me in a mental asylum, I swear to God.
Reached the pinnacle of Twitter and the internet being mad at him, and it basically did nothing. I mean, besides cause him a few months of stress, I would assume, it did, like, nothing to his brand, really. So, like, he's experienced the worst of the worst. Why not use that to his advantage? You know what I mean? Like, in his mind, he probably feels like, at this point, he cannot be canceled. Not that he should be canceled for, like, titling a video something like this. It's not even that big of a deal. I mean, yeah, it's questionable, it's odd, it's probably something that YouTube would not allow any other YouTuber to get away with. But, like, it's not a huge deal, but something like this. It's not even that big of a deal. I mean, yeah, it's questionable, it's odd, it's probably something.
August, is that you? I know it's not, because you fucking hate Mr. Beast, not Darman. But this generally feels like you.
That YouTube would not allow any other YouTuber to get away with. But, like, it's not a huge deal, but I do feel like we're gonna see him push the boundaries more and more and more and more, because at least on, like, the internet side of things, the Twitter, the cancel side of things, he's kind of already run the gauntlet. He got away with it. Nothing's gonna happen to him because he titles a YouTube video something that he shouldn't. And I imagine we'll probably see that seep over into his content, and we're gonna start seeing some crazy shit from him, because, again, applying the same sort of thinking here, when you can get away with the Beast games and all this shit that happened with that production, what's gonna get you in trouble? Like, as long as nobody dies on your watch, internet